So I'm Flavia. I would like to give you a short introduction to pangaear. As you already heard from Uwe, this is also a package you can use to find and retrieve data from pangaear. So it's an R package that's developed and maintained by our OpenSci. This is a non-profit initiative that supports science by developing different tools for R. And pangaear is a data retrieval interface for pangaear. And you can download the documentation on GitHub and CRAN. And as I told you, this actually, this initiative is developing this package. So we actually, from pangaear, we're not directly involved in developing and maintaining this package. So unfortunately, we cannot offer any expert support on this package. That's why we decided to give you only a short introduction today to this package, because it might be useful for some of you, the ones that are working with R, but we will give more detailed insight into the pangaear Pi package, because that's actually the package that we really support and develop. So when you would like to use the pangaear R package and you want to get started, you first need to install it in your environment, on your computer or wherever you work. So you use the command install packages pangaear R. And once you have installed the package, and every time you want to work with it, you will import the package by using the command library pangaear R. So now I would like to show you some, actually, sorry, I skipped one slide. So these are the main useful functions you might use in pangaear R. So once you have a PG search, this is a function you would use to search the pangaear database, similar to the website, and it has different arguments like count or offset. And you also have the function PG data, and this function you would use when you want to download data from pangaear and want to work with it in the R environment. And it also has some more function you can read about in detail in documentation. So now I would like to show you two examples for these two functions. And I assume that the ones that are working with R probably will use RStudio. That's why I would like to show you the examples in RStudio. For those of you that do not know RStudio, I would like to shortly explain it. So it's a tool you would use when working with R to analyze and visualize your data. And you have different windows here. So you can open R scripts, you can write them, you can also look at your data tables in this window. You have a console where you can execute your commands. Here you can see your environment with the variables. So for example, if you save your data in a variable, you can have a look at it here and have a look at the content. And then you also have this window here where you can see your files, and you can also visualize your plots. They can directly see them, or you can also open the help file. So if you're more interested in a function and you want to know which arguments you can use, you can directly see this help in this window here. So last year we wrote a small script to support the R users, and you can still find it in our repository on GitHub. And I want to show you two examples of the script. And here's one example. So this is actually our workshop script that you can download on GitHub. And it's the first example actually mirrors the query via the pangaear website. And you can see that I first loaded the library by saying library pangaear R. And then I executed the first commands of our first example. So we wanted to search for a certain project which was called Pages CP, and as Uwe already told you, is that we use a similar query as on the website, and you can use different arguments like a count, so how many results would you have, and actually if you do it on the website, when you do the search you would get 875 results, but if you do it here you get a maximum count of 500 results. This is kind of restriction of the function, because usually you're not interested in that many results, but you only want to see the first hits. But anyway, if you want to see all the results, you can use the argument offset to get the rest. So you can see here that yeah, you get with using the second function with offset, you get the other 375 hits of the search. Now I would like to show you the second function, or an example for the second function. So here I have my auth script again that you can find on GitHub. I executed this example. So I said I wanted to download actually data with this DOI. So you basically, if you know the data set you want to work with, you look for the DOI, you enter it into this function, and then you can download the whole data set. So this is a data set from a Pete core in PANGAEA. And then you can, in RStudio, also open this variable where the data is saved. And you can see here as an example, it's a whole dictionary, and it contains lots of information, as all the metadata, but also the data. And for example, you can use this command here to get the data table, and then you can continue to work with it, for example, analyze it or visualize it in a plot. So we have some more examples in our GitHub. So if you're interested in using this package, please go to our GitHub repository and have a look at it and try it out yourself. So we also have examples here where the example I showed you, for example, search by project, but also if you're interested in a certain species, you can also, for example, you search for unique semantic URI from WORMS database. We also have examples how to filter search results and also work with multiple data sets, and also how to download multiple binary files from older PANGAEA data sets. So with this, I would like to say thank you, and I will stop my screen share and hand over